Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. And if you have visited my channel for the first time, my friends, don't forget to press subscription button. And my friends, with this video I'm going to share a few ideas about my own ideas and what is more important and while getting ready for the IELTS examination. Very simple, my friends. You have to work hard, okay? And I have to be blunt here, open-minded. You have to work your ass up, my friend. I'm sorry with this word, but anyway, it doesn't mean that you are such kind of person who are hungry for the kind of result. But anyway, in order to achieve your goal, you should work day in and day out. And you have to find the kind of person who can compete with you, right? This is very important. You have to choose kind of environment where there are a lot of counterparts, there are a lot of competitive people. If you're working with collaborating with kind of a person or people who are lower than you, that means that you are not truly working. Be honest here, be truthful to yourself, and find a person who is greater than you and who has got more knowledge than you in any kind of sphere, whether it's about IELTS, TOEFL, or SAT. Find such kind of person and try to compete with this person. When you beat this person, that means you achieve your destination. And before entering the examination, my friends, my best recommendation is you have to work hard, very hard. Okay, if possible, don't sleep. And there are a lot of people who don't sleep until they reach destination because their thoughts in their minds always circle around and around. They cannot get rid of these thoughts until they finish their important task. Like me, you have to work hard. And this third time, I think I have been repeating this word, work hard. It really works, of course. And you know why? And of course, the IELTS is not everything. But IELTS is a kind of destination, or this a bridge to reach your destination, the bridge which leads you to another destination. Okay, but the first half of it can be good, first half of it can be bad. But anyway, let's talk about the other topic. And in the life, there are a lot of people who cannot stop thinking about one thing, right, over and over again. That means that this is their goal. For example, buying a house. They don't sleep, they work every day, and even sometimes they get a second job, right, and they sleep less. For example, most people normally sleep for 5 or 6 and normally sleep for 7 or 8 hours, and this kind of people sleep for 4 or 5 hours. Okay, they do their best. And compare yourself with such kind of people. Don't compare yourself with people who have got less knowledge than yours. That means you're not truthful to yours. You're a cat and dog, you know. And about practicing, let's talk about practicing. I've got my own students, and they always do practice, but they always complain one thing. I cannot increase my scores. It's very tough. And I know, my friend, it is really tough. I know, I feel this because I have experienced this such kind of emotion feelings. But in order to increase your scores, my friends, you have to change your self. Change yourself. How come? About the English, that means you're not reading a book right now. That means you have to change yourself and start reading book in English. Okay, and you're not listening to English podcasts for 2 hours. That means you have to change your mind, and you have to be patient. Be patient, and listen to podcasts for 5 hours if possible. Listen to podcasts 5 hours, you know. And how to practice with podcasts? This is a very good question. My answer is, try to write down the words that you don't know, but you have to write the words as you listen, as you hear. How did you hear the word? You have to write down this word like this one. And when you finish listening, my friends, you're going to open Google, and please try to pronounce this word into Google, and the Google can give you right the word, the formation itself. Okay, it's very easy to practice with podcast, but here the problem is, what is problem? Problem is to be patient. You don't have patience, that means you are not the right person for taking the IELTS examination. And don't take the IELTS examination. And anyway, your score will be around 5 or 5.5. If you don't struggle, that means you achieve nothing, or you achieve next to zero. Zero means this empty score, 5.5. For example, 5.5. Oh, but to be honest, 5.5 nowadays it's not or it's not kind of shocking news. But that means you have to score more than 6.5. That means you have to work thoroughly. Okay, don't stop working. And my best time to work on these kind of tests mostly about 5 and 6 in the morning. You know why? And for some people it is 12 and 1 at midnight. Why? And according to kind of statistics, brains work faster in the mind. Our minds work faster when it is between 12 p.m. and 1 a.m. at midnight, because at that time the Earth circles and faster than the usual normal time, than the day. Okay, and but for my students and friends, I always give advice to practice in the morning, between 4, 5, and 6. Okay, this is the best time, my friend. And after the sunrise, you can easily go to bed and take a rest, but do not sleep. Take a rest and for 1 hour or 2 hours. This is my advice. And another thing, another important thing about the IELTS examination, and if it's about reading, my friend, you have to read the economists, the kind of scientific journals, and if possible, novel. Okay, great novels. If you have got opportunity, if you have got 1 year, my friend, you have to read all the parts and chapters of the Harry Potter, possible, because it sounds natural. It's very easy, and you can easily imagine the situations, what is how the flow goes. You will mostly pay attention to this one, and you don't get bored. Yeah, very interesting book, to be honest. Don't read to get let's say ideas. Don't read to improve your the pronunciation. Just read to enjoy. Read to enjoy, then you will finish quickly. And this is also good practice. What about speaking? Okay, the same tip, and it was to the speaking. That means you have to find a person who is more fluent and more accurate than you. Find such kind of person. For example, you on the previous IELTS examination, you got 5.5, and somebody got 6.5 in IELTS speaking test. My friend, find this person and try to communicate. When you reach this person's level, and quit this person for a short time, and find another person who can score more than you, 7.5 or 8.5, and maybe online or locally, or from another neighborhood or suburbs or another city. Okay, and travel. This is my advice. And the best way to speak, to learn how to speak during the examination, is to articulate the words that the best IELTS, let's say best IELTS students speak. Just try to imitate what they are saying. Just try to imitate and pronounce how they are pronouncing. That's the best way. It's a good way of practicing speaking. But do not stop, and think about your aim, what kind of person you are going to become in the future, and work hard. This is my advice. And what about for listening, writing? And for writing, my friends, I know these days we are not literate. They have got the less knowledge about how to write essays, even in your own native language. That means, my friend, in order to pass to score higher in the IELTS writing, that, my friend, you have to copy the samples more than 50 times for each task 1 and task 2, 50 times. And while you are copying, my friend, don't forget about the understanding, contemplating the structure, contemplating the meaning of these words. That's also very, and let's say, basic, vital for you. And what about the for writing task 2? The same tip, and you have to copy 50 times. Now, I had one student who got 4.5 in writing, and after studying in my course for, let's say, 4 months, he got 6.5. And how did he score this kind of high mark? Great. The reason is he copied the sample, and he paraphrased the sample into his own ideas and into his own, let's say, structure. So he got 6.5. Boom. This is a good result. Okay, and the same thing, if you want to score beyond 7 or 7.5, that means you have to think about lexical resource vocabulary. That means you have to choose good vocabulary for the topic. Another thing is you have to think about the structure, whether it is coherent or not. If it is not coherent, my friend, forget about having or getting high score in IELTS. Really, if you don't understand what kind of words or what kind of ideas you are writing, that means it's absurd, it's rubbish. You can easily throw this rubbish into the dustbin, like now. That's all about my friends and the students. Don't forget about practicing day and night until your test day comes. Okay, good luck.